Every investor in the room said no to the product that would later make its inventor rich, a doorbell with a camera. That little device became one of the most successful home security products in the world. But that day, he walked away with nothing. The idea was never the problem. His signals were. And the same thing may be happening to you. You felt it. You leave a meeting or a date replaying everything. I had the goods, so why didn't it land? Nobody weighs the real you. Your brain has no time, so it grabs the nearest signal and treats it like the verdict. That inventor knew his product inside and out, but under pressure, his shoulders, his voice, and the smallest tells showed neither warmth nor command. They judged the signal, not the man. So when a room goes cold, stop saying, "People just don't warm to me," and ask a better question. Which signal did I fail to send? People decide only two things about you, and they decide them fast. Can I trust you? That's warmth. Can I rely on you? That's competence. 2 dials. Both down, you're forgotten. Warm but not capable. You're liked but rarely respected. Capable but cold. You're respected but kept at arm's length. Turn both up, and you're the person everyone calls a natural. Be honest. Are you the warm one nobody promotes, or the sharp one nobody warms to? Find your low dial and turn it up before your next first meeting. It sounds obvious. That's the trap. Knowing a rule and applying it are different skills, just like understanding a language isn't the same as speaking it. You're never signal neutral. Right now, you're broadcasting something to everyone you meet, whether you realize it or not. Most people never find out what it is. They mistake their own static for their personality and call it fate. Do the opposite. Think of one person you've always considered a natural. Don't admire them. Study them. Name the small signals of warmth and competence they send. The moment you can name the move, it stops being magic and becomes something you can practice. 3 moves. When a room goes cold, ask which signal you missed instead of whether you're likable. Find your low dial and raise it before your next meeting. Study one natural until you can name what they do. You weren't born without presence. You just never realized it had a language you've been speaking all along. It's time to hear what you've been saying. Your face might be telling everyone to back off, and you would be the last to know. A woman spent years believing the world had gone cold on her because inside, she felt warm. Then someone skilled at reading. People spotted it instantly, a hard, defensive expression, like armor she had built long ago. Without saying a word, she looked like she wanted to be left alone. So people left her alone, and she blamed the world for a message she never knew she was sending. You have that gap too. Feeling warm and looking warm are different things, and nobody can see the first one. Before your words, a stranger's East brain asks one ancient question, friend or threat. It answers from your signals, not from the intentions it cannot see. Stop assuming your good heart shows assume it does not until you check. The real problem is the faux signals you leak without noticing, like elevator eyes and eye roll, a long unbroken stare and squared shoulders. Most people do not choose these. They leak out through stress and habit, and each one quietly says, keep your guard up. Hunt for one record yourself for 2 minutes. Catch your reflection when you are not posing, or ask one honest person what your resting face says. The easy answer is just smile more. And that is the trap, because a smile layered over tension feels mismatched. You cannot fix what you cannot see. And your instincts are not reliable evidence, so you have to watch yourself. Then make one trade, one foe, signal out, one friend signal in like a quick eyebrow, flash a slight head tilt or a genuine smile that reaches your eyes. You already use them with people you love. The skill is choosing to use them with people who do not know you yet. Your signals do not just get read, they spread. So walk into a room tense and the room tightens. Walk in open and warmth comes back. You are not the thermometer, you are the thermostat. So find one signal, change it, and change the conversation before it begins. Stop reading the face. It's the most practiced liar on the human body. One experienced interrogator learned that after decades of interviews, before difficult conversations, he'd quietly move the table aside. Not to watch the face, but to watch the feet. Everyone guards the face because it's where composure lives. Down below, forgotten, the feet keep telling the truth. They angle toward the door, freeze at the wrong moment, or shift without permission. He watched the one channel almost nobody thinks to control. Here's why it works. You have an older survival brain and a newer talking brain. The older one doesn't perform. When you feel fear or discomfort, it leaks into your body before your mind can organize the display. Only the talking part can lie. The body doesn't lie well. Read from the bottom up. The farther you move away from the face, the more honesty you often find. You don't need to memorize hundreds of gestures. Ask one question instead. Is this person comfortable or uncomfortable? Comfort looks open and relaxed. Discomfort looks closed and soothing. A hand drifting to the neck, a restless fidget, a sudden change in posture. The real clue is the shift. The instant someone moves from comfortable to uncomfortable, something triggered it. Notice what happened just before the change. Most people go wrong here. They memorize a few body language myths and start decoding everyone. Crossed arms must mean defensiveness. A touched nose must mean lying. That's how people become confident and wrong. Use 3 rules instead. Establish a baseline. Look for clusters of signals, and always consider the context. The most important rule is this: discomfort is not deception. The body tells you that someone feels something. It never tells you why. Read the feeling without inventing the story. That vague sense that something feels off isn't always imagination. Often it's your eyes noticing signals before your conscious mind catches up. Watch one conversation today. Focus on the feet, hands, or torso. Catch one shift from comfort to discomfort, but don't guess the reason. Learn to see the feeling first, and the room becomes an open book. You can make almost anyone open up to you, and it starts by giving up the one thing your ego wants most. A man whose job was earning trust from people trained to trust no one discovered that the obvious move wasn't pressure. It was genuine curiosity. He made every conversation about the other person, and the guarded person opened because someone finally made them feel seen. The biggest obstacle between you and everyone you meet isn't a missing social skill. It's your ego, the quiet urge to be impressive, to be right, to be noticed. You can feel it whenever you're only half listening because you're preparing your next clever response. That self-focus quietly signals competition instead of connection. Turn your attention fully onto the other person, and the threat disappears. Stop managing their opinion of you. Start managing their opinion of themselves. People rarely remember how impressive you seemed. They remember how they felt around you. Your eyes reveal where your attention really is. Eye contact is attention made visible. When your focus stays on them, your eyes settle naturally. Meet their eyes. Hold for a moment. Glance away with a small smile. Then return. Avoid staring, because warmth disappears when a gaze lingers too long. Instead of saying, "I know how you feel," reflect what they're experiencing. That sounds like it really mattered to you. Every time the conversation drifts back to you, gently turn it back toward them. Many people worry they'll disappear if they stop talking about themselves. The opposite is true. Suspending your ego isn't erasing yourself. It's simply putting yourself second for a while. You still know your goals. You just stop needing to be the center of the conversation. One warning: you can't fake caring for long. Techniques might work for a minute, but people eventually notice the difference between real curiosity and performance. The method only works when you genuinely care. Today, try one conversation with one rule. Make it about them. Ask thoughtful questions. Listen carefully. Reflect what you hear, and catch yourself every time your attention swings back to your own story. People may forget who impressed them, but they rarely forget the person who made them feel like the most interesting one. Why do two people who seem like complete opposites both command a room the moment they walk in? One makes you feel welcomed and understood. The other makes you feel calm and confident in their ability. Opposite, yet both are magnetic. That's because charisma isn't one quality, it's two. Every first impression answers two questions. Can I trust you? And can I rely on you? Warmth earns trust. Competence earns confidence. Most people lean heavily toward one side. If you're naturally warm, people probably like you but underestimate you. If you're naturally capable, people respect you but keep their distance. The frustration you've been feeling finally has a name. You've been broadcasting one signal while leaving the other almost invisible. The solution isn't becoming someone else. It's strengthening the signal you've been hiding. Warmth shows through a genuine smile, a slight head tilt, and an open posture. Competence shows through stillness, relaxed shoulders, and an unhurried voice. One cue supports both at once: your eyes. Comfortable eye contact communicates both warmth and confidence. Too little can make you seem distant or unsure. Maybe you're wondering if this is just pretending. It isn't. The kind person is already warm. The capable person is already competent. The problem is that anxiety and habit hide those strengths. You're not inventing a new personality. You're removing the static that keeps people from seeing who you really are. Perception matters because unseen strengths help no one. Don't overcorrect. Endless warmth without competence turns you into the person nobody takes seriously. Endless competence without warmth makes you seem distant. Even eye contact can become uncomfortable if it turns into an unbroken stare. The goal is balance, adjusted to the situation. Some moments call for more warmth. Others require more confidence. This week, identify your natural lean. Then choose one cue from the side you've been neglecting. Start with your eyes, because they strengthen both signals. If you're warm but overlooked, add steadiness and calm posture. If you're capable but distant, add a genuine smile and open body language. You don't need a new personality. You only need to stop hiding half of the one you already have. Almost none of your closest friends were deliberately chosen. Think about it. The roommate, the coworker, the person you kept seeing at the gym. They didn't become important because you searched for perfect compatibility. They became important because life kept putting you together. That isn't luck. It's a pattern. Real friendships grow from 4 simple ingredients: proximity, frequency, duration, and intensity. Share the same space. Cross paths often. Spend time together. Create meaningful experiences. Stack those 4 together, and strangers become friends, surprisingly often. That realization changes something important. Loneliness is usually less about your worth than your logistics, and logistics can be changed. Proximity gets you into the room, but intensity builds the bond. One man once had a warm conversation with an airline gate agent without asking for anything in return. By the end, he received an unexpected seat upgrade. Making someone feel good about themselves creates goodwill far beyond the effort it takes. Repeat that consistently with someone you genuinely want to know. Shared experiences speed everything up. 2 people can sit beside each other for a year and remain acquaintances. 2 people who work through something meaningful together can become close in a weekend. Intensity compresses time. Don't just meet for coffee. Build experiences that ask something from both of you. At first, this can sound calculated, but think about your closest friendships. Most of them grew this way by accident. Doing it intentionally doesn't make it fake. It simply gives you control over something that usually happens on its own. There is one guardrail. Repeated contact without genuine care never becomes lasting friendship. The same structure can build trust or manipulation, and people eventually recognize the difference. Authentic interest is what makes the structure hold. This week, choose one person whose friendship you'd like to deepen. Create more opportunities to cross paths. Spend meaningful time together. Learn what matters to them and help them move toward it. One person, 1 month. You're not waiting for chemistry anymore. You're building connection, one brick at a time. 2 out of 3 ordinary people will continue delivering what they believe are painful shocks to a stranger, as long as a calm authority figure tells them to continue. Not because they are cruel, but because authority can trigger a powerful mental shortcut. That is how many of our everyday decisions work. We do not carefully analyze every choice because there are simply too many. Instead, the brain relies on shortcuts that help us decide quickly. In one famous study, a woman asked to cut in line at a copier. When she gave a reason, people often agreed. Surprisingly, even a meaningless reason beginning with the word "because" worked almost as well. Sometimes the trigger matters more than the explanation. 7 hidden levers shape many of our decisions. Reciprocity makes us want to return favors. Liking makes us agree with people we enjoy. Unity makes us trust people we see as one of us. Social proof encourages us to follow the crowd. Authority leads us to respect titles, uniforms, and expertise. Commitment makes small promises grow into bigger ones. Scarcity makes us value things that seem limited. These levers are not good or bad on their own. They are part of the way humans cooperate and build trust. The difference is how they are used. When you notice urgency pushing you toward a decision, pause and ask whether you actually wanted it before it became scarce. When an expert makes a recommendation, ask whether they truly have expertise in this area and whether they benefit from your agreement. The goal is not to manipulate people, but to understand the forces already influencing you. Used honestly, these principles help people make better decisions together. Used selfishly, they become manipulation that only lasts until people recognize what is happening. Today, simply practice noticing. Watch for limited time offers, popularity claims, free gifts, expert endorsements, and small requests that lead to bigger ones. The levers have always been there, and the difference is that now you will recognize them. Once you can name the force pulling on you, you are free to choose your response. You can be the most correct person in the room and still watch everyone follow someone who's wrong. That quiet loss costs people promotions, opportunities, and relationships. One speaker understood why. Instead of opening with statistics about malaria, he released mosquitoes into the audience. Years later, people couldn't remember the numbers. They remembered the mosquitoes. That's the difference between informing someone and reaching them. People usually feel first and think second. A perfectly logical idea delivered without emotion often dies the moment it leaves your mouth. If you've ever watched a weaker idea beat a stronger one, the problem probably wasn't the information. It was the feeling. Stop asking how to explain it more clearly. Start asking how to help people experience it. Stories do what facts alone rarely can. A brain scientist once described experiencing a massive stroke from the inside instead of simply explaining it with diagrams. Listeners didn't just understand, they felt it. Facts ask people to think. Stories let them experience. And experiences stay with people long after explanations fade. You don't need to become a performer to do this. You need one vivid moment and one genuine feeling. A conversation across a kitchen table can be more powerful than a speech on a stage when the story is real. But simply telling a story isn't enough. People recognize manufactured emotion. Real feeling is what gives a story its power. And before emotion can work, attention has to exist. Surprise is one of the fastest ways to earn it. That's why the mosquitoes were unforgettable. Nobody expected them. Here's the pattern. Capture attention with surprise. Create emotion through story, and leave one unforgettable moment behind. Cut everything else that weakens the message. Before you explain an idea, ask yourself what you want people to feel. Then find the one real scene that created that feeling for you. Lead with the moment. Save the explanation for last. People rarely remember your best points. They remember how you made them feel. There is no secret technique reserved for good people. Warm eye contact, empathic listening, powerful stories. Someone with dishonest intentions can use every one of them. If the tools are the same, then the real difference can't be the method. It has to be something deeper. One man mastered every outward sign of trust. He said the right words, showed the right warmth, and convinced people to believe him. But it wasn't genuine. He wore trustworthiness like a costume. It worked for a while until it all collapsed. Technique could not protect him once the truth became visible. So where is the line? Intent. Are you using these skills to serve the other person or to take something they would never freely give if they understood what was happening? Trust serves. Manipulation extracts. The methods may look identical, but the direction is completely different. A simple test helps. If the other person could see exactly what you were doing and exactly why you were doing it, would they still thank you? Genuine influence survives the light. Manipulation only works in the dark. This isn't just a moral lesson, it's practical. False intentions eventually leak through. Words and body language stop matching. People sense the gap, even if they can't explain it. The manipulator wins today and loses tomorrow because broken trust is far harder to rebuild than it ever was to earn. That doesn't mean becoming suspicious of everyone. Discomfort is not deception. Someone may simply be nervous or afraid of being misunderstood. Learn discernment without sliding into paranoia. The reward for integrity is surprisingly practical. Honest people never have to remember which version of themselves they showed to whom. They don't live in fear of being exposed because there is nothing to expose. Integrity isn't only ethical, it's peaceful. Today, think about the one thing you most want from another person. Ask yourself one question. Am I trying to earn it or engineer it? Am I serving them or using them? Let the answer guide what you do next. Picture yourself at a gathering. Across the room stands the person everyone quietly avoids. Instead of walking away, you walk toward them. Your posture is open and your attention is genuine. You ask a question that matters. You listen and reflect what you hear. Slowly, the guarded person softens. They feel seen. That simple moment captures everything this journey has been building toward. The goal was never to collect social techniques, it was to become someone worth trusting. The habits underneath it are setting your ego aside, withholding judgment, listening carefully, validating others, and being generous. They're not tricks you perform. They are qualities you build into your character. Practice them long enough, and they stop feeling like techniques. They simply become who you are. Trust no longer depends on performance because people experience it naturally. Warmth and competence stop feeling like switches you flip. They become parts of your real personality that you finally allow people to see. Authentic charisma is not a mask you put on. It is the static you remove so your real character can come through. That does not mean you have reached a finish line. This is a practice. Even people who seem naturally magnetic still choose these habits every day. You will have conversations where your ego wins, where you interrupt, misread someone, or focus too much on yourself. That is not failure. It is another opportunity to notice and choose differently the next time. You are building a direction, and directions survive mistakes. So do not worry about performing perfectly. In your next conversation, do not think about techniques at all. Focus on the person in front of you. Make them feel safe, respected, and understood. Let your real warmth and competence show naturally. Do it once today, then again tomorrow. The ease you once admired in other people was never about effortless charisma. It was integrity showing through everything they did. That is what people trusted. And it is something you can continue building every single day.